So last class what we saw, if two events capital A and capital B are mutually exclusive, then probability A union B is equal to probability of A probability of B. Now today we'll see the general additivity rule. So let me write. If capital A and capital V are any two events, we need to show probability A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability A intersection B. Okay, if A and B are any two events, that is, the events A and B are not necessarily mutually exclusive, then probability A union B, this is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability A intersection B. Let us try to see the proof of this result. So let us draw the diagram. So drawing the Venn diagram in this way. This is the sample space, say. This is the event A. This is the event B. So this is common to both the events, that is, this is A intersection B. So this much event is A intersection B. Now this event, this much event, this is inside A but outside B. Outside B means B complement. So this is the common to inside A together with that outside B. So that is coming to be A intersection B complement. Similarly, this one is coming to be, this is inside B but outside A. Outside A means A complement intersection B. So this we are getting. Okay. So here what we are getting, the events this event and this one, that is this portion and this portion, that is the event A intersection B complement comma A intersection B and A complement intersection B are pairwise mutually exclusive. Pairwise the events are pairwise mutually exclusive. Okay. Pairwise mutually exclusive means take any two of them, their intersection is phi. See, there is nothing common between this and this. Similarly, there is nothing common between this and this, and there is nothing common between this and this. The events are pairwise mutually exclusive. Now, also what we can write, now let us try to decompose the event A. So A can be written as A is this entire event. So this can be written as this plus this. Plus means union. So A can be written as A intersection B complement union A intersection B. Similarly, B can be written as A intersection B union A complement intersection B. And A union B means this. So A union B can be written as A intersection B complement union A intersection B union A complement intersection B. So this will get, okay. Now, therefore, probability of A, what will get probability A intersection B complement union A intersection B. Now these two events, as I already wrote, these two events are mutually exclusive. Now for mutually exclusive events, probability A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B. So you are assuming this entire event as A, this entire event as B. So this is probability A union B. So what we'll get, since the events are mutually exclusive, we'll get probability of A intersection B complement plus probability A intersection B. So from here, what we'll get, probability A intersection B complement, that is probability of A minus probability A intersection B. This we are getting. Similarly, probability of B, this is again probability A intersection B union A complement intersection B. So since the events are mutually exclusive, what will get, probability A intersection B plus probability A complement intersection B. So this implies probability A complement intersection B is coming to be probability of B minus probability A intersection B. This is the second part. Now again, probability A union B, how we have written probability A union B is equal to A intersection B complement union A intersection B union A complement intersection B. Now these three events are pairwise mutually exclusive events. The three events are pairwise mutually exclusive events. So what we'll get here, probability A intersection B complement, probability A intersection B plus probability A complement intersection B. So from here what you'll get, this would give you probability A union B Now probability A intersection B complement, already we have found the result of this. Probability A intersection B complement is equal to probability of A minus probability A intersection B. Probability of A minus probability A intersection B plus probability A intersection B plus now probability A complement intersection B, probability A complement intersection B. We saw that result is probability of B minus probability A intersection B. So probability of B minus probability A intersection B. So this is getting cancelled. So ultimately what we are getting, P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. So that's the result. Probability A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Now from here, if the events A and B are mutually exclusive, if the events A and B are mutually exclusive, what will happen? A intersection B is equal to phi, probability of phi is equal to 0, So what will get, probability A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B, the known result. So this is the general additivity rule, remember that. Let us try to solve some elementary problems. If capital A and if probability of A it's given to be probability of A is equal to 0.29, probability of B is equal to 0.43, comma, find probability A intersection B complement, find probability A intersection B complement if capital A and capital B are mutually exclusive. Now, since the events A and B are mutually exclusive, so see the solution. A and B are mutually exclusive. A and B are mutually exclusive. Therefore, A intersection B is equal to phi. So probability of A intersection B, this is equal to probability of phi, that is impossible event, that is 0, that we know. Okay. Now what you need to find? Probability A intersection B complement. Now we have already seen probability A intersection B complement, this can be written as probability of A minus probability A intersection B, that we know. See from where? See, we have A intersection B complement is equal to probability of A minus probability A intersection B. Now probability of A, that is 0.29 given minus 0. So ultimately what we are getting? 0.29. So probability A intersection B complement is equal to 0.29. Next, let us solve example. If P of A, probability of A equal to 0.4, probability of B is equal to 0.7, and probability A intersection B, probability A intersection B is equal to 0.3, find probability A complement union B complement, sorry, intersection B complement, A complement intersection B complement, that we need to find. Now from set theory, what we know, the De Morgan's law of set theory, okay, we know for any two set, that is A intersection B whole complement, this is A complement union B complement, and another is A union B whole complement, this is equal to A complement intersection B complement. So that is from set theory we know. These two laws are known as De Morgan's laws. De Morgan laws. Okay. Now what we need to find? Probability A complement intersection B complement. So probability A complement intersection B complement, by set theory what we can write? A union B whole complement. Now suppose let us assume the event A union B is equal to D. So probability of D. Now what is the relation between an event and its complementary event? Probability of A is equal to 1 minus probability of A complement, you know. So using that, this is the event D. Probability of D complement, that will be 1 minus probability of D. So this is will get 1 minus probability of A union B as probability of A complement. This is equal to 1 minus probability of A. We are using this result here. This is probability of A. Now using the general additivity rule, probability of A plus probability of B minus probability A intersection B 1 minus probability of A is given 0.4 plus 0.7 minus 0.3. So ultimately what you'll end up with 0. What will you get? 0.8, I suppose. Please check. 1 minus 0.8, that's coming to be 0.2. So that's the result. Probability A complement intersection B complement, that is coming to be 0.2. Next, let us solve another similar kind of problem. If P of A is 0.35, 0.75 and P of A union B equal to 0.95, find probability A complement union B complement. Find probability A complement union B complement. Okay. Now let us try to write the solution. Again, from De Morgan's law, what we can write, probability A complement union B complement, probability A intersection B whole complement using De Morgan's law. Just a minute. Okay. So this we are getting probability A complement union B complement. This is probability A intersection B whole complement. Now A intersection B is equal to D. So what we are getting probability of D complement. So that the relation between an event and its complementary event will get probability A intersection B. So here what we need to find? We need to find the value of A intersection B. If we put the value of A intersection B here, we'll get the value of probability A complement union B complement. Okay. So let us using the given information, let us try to find the value of this. Now from the general additivity rule, what you know? Now probability A union B, that can be written as P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. So we interchange the side of probability A intersection B, so we'll end up with probability A intersection B. So that would give you probability of A plus probability of B minus probability A intersection B. Now probability of A is given 0.35 plus 0.75 minus 0.95. So let us calculate this. 0.35 plus 0.75 minus 0.95. So value is coming to be 0.15. 0.15. So therefore probability A complement union B complement, this is 1 minus probability A intersection B, that we know from here. Now we are putting the value 1 minus 0.15. So 1 minus 0.15, it's coming to be 0.85. Okay. Let us define conditional probability. So what is conditional probability? The conditional probability in event B on the hypothesis that the event P has already occurred is denoted by probability B condition A, this is not B division A, that is probability B condition A, there's a notation and is defined as and defined as P of B condition A, this equal to P of A intersection B divided by P of A. P of A intersection B divided by P of A. P of A intersection B divided by P of A. For example, for example, let us consider for example, let us consider the example of rolling a die. So here the sample space is S is the sample space. Sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Tossing a die. So here the sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let us consider the event. Let A with the event A is equal to occurrence of phase 1 and B is the event occurrence of odd phases 1, 3, 5. Okay. 1, 3, 5. So probability of A, as you know, probability, what will be probability of A here? Probability of A will be 1 by 3, sorry, 1 by 6. Probability of A is 1 by 6 and probability of B is 1 by 2. By 1 by 2, okay, let me, how many points are there? 3. Total number of points in the event space is 6, that is 1 by 2. Okay. Now let us try to write the probability of B condition A. Probability of B condition A. So by definition, what will be probability of B condition? Probability of A intersection B divided by probability of A. Now probability A intersection B. A intersection B. So what will be A intersection B here? A intersection B is equal to common to this and this. What is the common point between these two sets? That is 1. So probability A intersection B, it's coming to be 1 by 6. And what is probability of A? That we've already calculated. Just a minute. No, no, sorry. It's written it wrongly actually. A is the event. So here what we are finding, not probability A intersection B, probability of B condition A actually, sorry, not B condition A condition B. What is the meaning of A condition B? Means probability of occurrence of phase 1. Already we know that odd phase has already occurred. Okay, odd phase has already occurred, so that will be probability of B. So that's the problem with the notation only. Okay, now probability A intersection B. So A intersection B, what do you know? That is 1. So probability A intersection B is equal to 1 by 6. So probability A condition B, that is 1 by 6 by 1 by 2, that is 1 by 3. Now in the other way, what you need to find here, the now reduced sample is C. B consists of how many points? 1, 2, 3, and A is 1, so that is coming to be 1 by 3. Okay. Since the B has already occurred, instead of taking the sample space as S, we can consider B is the sample space. Now out of this B, which are favorable to the event A, there we need to look. So B consists of 3 points, 1, 3, 5. Now from this sample space, only 1 point is favorable to the event A, so that probability will be 1 by 3. This is the conditional probability. Conditional probability of B on the hypothesis the event A has already occurred. Similarly, the conditional probability of A on the hypothesis that the event B has already occurred is denoted by P of A condition B and defined as P of A condition B, P of A intersection B divided by P of B, provided P of B not equal to 0, denominator must be non-zero. Okay, so here also the condition is probability of A not equal to 0. Okay, so these are the definition of conditional probability. So in the next class we'll see independent events and we'll try to solve some problems related to independent events.